Hey guys, my name is Dr. Charnel Wolverton-Sehon, and I'm with Swiftfire. I'm super excited to be here with all of you guys tonight on behalf of Anthea, who is someone that I'm just getting to know a little bit through Facebook. Isn't it funny how we can all really get to know each other on Facebook, and then when you meet in real life, it's like you really knew each other in real life because there's no time and space, right? Hey, Lisa, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to pop on here. We're right at 7 o'clock, and I have just about 15-20 minutes where I'm going to share a few things with you guys and some questions that she had sent me. And feel free to post questions here down at the bottom as well of this, and I can come back and do whatever I can to respond. I can't promise I know all the answers, but I do enjoy interaction and questions and talking to you guys too. So I'm just super honored that I have this opportunity and this availability tonight to be able to share with you. And I appreciate Anthea so much for allowing me to be a part of you guys' group and taking a little bit of your time here tonight to hopefully inspire you, encourage you to do some different things, maybe to think about some things from a different perspective, and to maybe make some new choices even that will actually shift your entire life. So my background, I'm actually a naturopathic doctor, but I have really this student mentality where I'm constantly learning, diving in, studying, delving into new things, specifically on anything natural, on anything that's going to bring health and healing, on all the quantum, neuroscience, creation, nature, quantum physics is a big deal for me. The supernatural is a big deal for me. And so I'm going to do my best to ball up a lot of these things and how that relates to you personally, and to essential oils and different things that you may be able to incorporate in your life to get some better outcomes, because we have the tools. God has given us some great, awesome things to help us to get a better outcome, to get the miracles that we have as our personal inheritance. And sometimes it's just a matter of hearing some new truth a different way, new perspective, and then applying those things into your own life. And that shifts things for you and your children, your spouse, if you're married, and all of those things. So I'm actually going to do a giveaway while we're here, just for you guys in this group. I listed 4 different easy instructions that you can follow here at the bottom in this post, not only to win, but to connect with me further. I hope that we can continue this, because for me, I absolutely adore getting to know more people, more perspectives, finding out like who you guys are better. And I've done this for 20 years as far as doing live in-person conferences to all the way up to 40,000 people in a single conference, as low as doing a presentation with just one person. And so I'm very much used to actually sitting in front of people, whether it's one person or 40,000. And so this online thing, as much as I absolutely love it because of the quantum experience and to be able to get to know people that, I can only be in one place at one time ish, right? When I can teach to a group of people here for 15 minutes, then I love that can be done very simply, easily with technology. What I do miss is the person-to-person, face-to-face. So any ways that we can connect, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, I have a Divine Science group, I have a ton of YouTubes, I enjoy interaction. I enjoy meeting other people. I enjoy seeing your faces when I do finally see you guys in real life. So never be afraid to contact me or to give me a hug at convention or whatever. So I have all these ways listed so we can connect more, and maybe I can give you some further foundations to some of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight. I know Anthea has actually... Anthea, I hope I'm saying this right. Anthea, she's been kind of tracking with me now for about a year. And I see her pop up And that's what built this relationship for me to even be here with you guys today. So thank her. But also I'm saying that it kind of feels like I know her a little bit. You know, it's weird how that happens, but it's not weird. It's godly, it's divine. So there's different ways that you guys can connect with me too. And I just put myself out there so we can do that connection. Also, I want you to know, I have, just a short amount of time here. But with the YouTube and some of these other resources, hey Tiffany, I'm hoping that you will continue your own search and seeking out whatever the truth is for you personally, because it's my experience that, there's certain people that come into your life for whatever reason who can help you kind of get to that next level when you're ready. And usually people are ready because they create a new teacher to come in their path. And so maybe this is a new time for you. I know Tiffany's the one who actually introduced her to me online anyway. So thank you, Tiffany, too, while you're here. But I do have other resources with YouTube when I go into the science of judgment, the science of giving, the science of nature. I really, really encourage you, and I'm going to put a link here that gives you a full-blown, I want to say 40-minute introduction and or formula to creating miracles in your life, because it's your inheritance. And you are a co-creator, and you are partnering with God who is in you, because the kingdom of God is in here on a regular. And the more we practice and the more we connect with union, God and us, the kingdom of God in here. I'm not saying that I am God. I'm saying that I do believe in God. And when I work with God and when you work with God, then we can have anything. There are no limits. People say the sky's the limit. Nope, the sky's not the limit. That's just the sky. The sky's just the sky. We get the whole thing, and we get to create our own outcome. And as I'm coaching you and sharing with you, I'm coaching me. So I do have some cool resources that I'm excited about. I listed those there below too. I'll have these for convention. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Oh gosh, it's backwards. No, it's not backwards. It's just mirrored differently here. But I have the Keto Reset book. Let me see if I can switch that. I think I can. You may have heard me talk. There we go. I have the Keto Reset book, 31 Days to New Life. This actually just really changed my life as far as my health goes. Some of you know, you may have heard me talk about some health challenges that I had in the past 3 years ago with a diagnosis that is clear, and I am completely whole and balanced because of this and a lot of the things that are in this book, and because a lot of things that are in this book, The Science of Miracles. I started plugging away and seeing how different things can help incorporate a new outcome for me in my health. And in the process of doing that, it also changed everything having to do with my partnerships, my business, my marriage, my kids, everything. And so The Science of Miracles, and there's links to this here at the bottom. The other thing that I have, and I know that you guys may have seen me talk about, is Crystals, Oils, and Decrees. This is brand new. I just actually got this. I've not even posted this live. You guys are the very first people to see this box. I just got the box myself. This is my first. This is a proof. It's not the real thing, but yes. And it's 80 cards of essential crystals on one side. Really beautiful crystals, by the way. Can you see? Let's see. Wait. Oh, you're not even seeing. Oh, this is like. Okay, there you go. And on the back, it will tell you what the crystal does, what essential oils go with it on a frequency level to have your best and highest experience. And because we have to be compliant with essential oils, I don't have to be compliant with crystals. Did you know that? So, spoiler alert, when you're reading what the crystals do on an energy level and how they can help you with your molecular structure, you're also going to see what oils partner with that, and there may be a correlation there in a compliant way where you can kind of figure out and connect the dots. Also gives you a decree of what energetic words will be best suited for those particular things too, to see those shifts. So there's a lot of that. And then these will also be at convention, but you can order these too. Just all of these are pre-sale. But so some of the questions that she sent me had to do with thought patterns. Anyone who's followed me and looked at any of the videos that I have, I'm always looking at not only what the spirit says, because I do believe in spirit, but also on a science level, how that connects with our brain. And your limbic system cannot tell the difference between what's fake and real. And we also know that the limbic system is what stores trauma and or things that we can't necessarily process sometimes. So, one of the things that she wanted to talk to you guys about here tonight is about how we have the availability through essential oils to make some changes on a molecular structure, like in the structure of our body and our being. And with real essential oils, I'm not talking about like something that you can get at Whole Foods or somewhere at oil.com or whatever. God bless everyone. But we know that Gary Young went to the highest degree of integrity to make sure we have the best real oil. The FDA guidelines right now, when I first started getting into this, there's a lot on the market. There was a lot on the market. There's like 10 billion times more on the market now, unfortunately. And most of it is completely synthetic and or if not 98.99% synthetic. I tested 23 companies over 10 years ago, and when we would collect these bottles and have them third-party tested, again, like there's certain companies, which I won't name names, that peppermint was 99% not peppermint. Wintergreen was 98% not wintergreen, and so on. So what were the fillers? Mostly propylene glycol, which is antifreeze, which isn't good for your body at all. Whether it's breathed in and diffused or just put on your skin, it's still not good. And so when you get a Young Living product, you're getting the entire bottle is 100% only oil, no fillers, nor no anything else, which is pretty cosmic. And so I'm going to talk to you about how you can shift things with your limbic system, because your limbic system actually does take things and then stores those traumas in your organs and or your muscles. They will stay dormant there until we are ready and our bodies are ready to let go, transmute, to process, to deal. We defrag in our brains between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So, we're bombarded with all of these different things energetically, physically, programs. Some of the programs may be intertwined in your DNA from your grandparents or your great-grandparents or all the way back to Adam and Eve. And some of them are actually just worldly programs. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, yes. And we have epigenetics, which these essential oils will change the molecular structure. They go past the brain barrier because they're so tiny, which, anything synthetic is not going to go past the brain barrier. And it goes right into the DNA and does shifts in the DNA. So we get this amazing opportunity to shift some things at a cellular level. That's freaking epic. This phenomenal thing. Like it's not supernatural because it's natural. And it's what God intended for us to be able to do that. When like I said, from 3 to 5 we defrag, and there are certain things that we don't defrag. Unfortunately, they may have a little sticking power and be like the librarian or the limbic system of your body will actually take those things and file them away until we are ready to process. They could sit dormant for a week, 2 weeks, 10 years, a decade, a century, whatever, however long. And when it's ready to be looked at, it'll start showing symptoms in those organs or muscles. And we, in the past, had not been taught to interpret symptoms or signals in the body as, oh, this is time to deal with this. This is time to process. This is time to defrag that. Instead, we've been taught, go to the doctor, get drugs, and make that pain go away or make that signal stop. If you had a car, like whatever kind of car you have, and the lights started flashing because it needed an oil change, you're more than welcome to take it to an auto mechanic. And if the auto mechanic is like, oh, I have a perfect solution, let's just unplug the light and the sound so it doesn't flash and bug you and annoy you anymore, sure, you could pay the guy to do that, but it's not going to get to the root issue, and you're going to drive around and eventually the transmission will go out because the oil needs to be changed. And it's the same thing. We can sit here and we can push or depress or suppress or change the signals to dumb them down so there's less pain or less whatever, but we're going to have to eventually, what happens is the symptoms and or signals get louder and louder and louder and louder until we're finally in a place to either give up the body or look at it enough to go, okay, something has to change, balance is an option, and let's see what we can do to change the signals. Pharmaceuticals don't do that. Pharmaceuticals are not going to go to the root issue. Now, I'm not against doctors by any way. I mean, I am a doctor. I'm a naturopathic doctor, but I'm not against Western medicine. I'm not against surgery. I mean, sometimes there are surgeries that are required. And I will also tell you that's not going to be my first choice. And so for me, and that's just my choice, if I were you, I would look into some of these things. Now, when we use essential oils, what's interesting is how it works with the limbic system is when we breathe in essential oils, if they're real and they don't have any fillers, if they're 100% real, which FDA guidelines right now are that they can label it 100%, even if there's only 3% of the oil in the bottle, meaning the other 98% can be a filler of some sort, or it can be something synthetic, or it could, like propylene glycol or whatever. So I would love for the FDA to change their guidelines to, at least list the ingredients on the back like they would do with cranberry juice or what, any kind of drink that you drink or foods that you eat. They can say like natural, organic, 100% whatever, and you're looking for cranberry juice, but if you look on the back, you can actually read and go, oh, well, really it's 97% sugar and 3% cranberry juice or whatever. Good luck finding cranberry juice. You want to look for the bottle that says this entire bottle contains 100% cranberry juice, or this entire bottle, Young Living, contains 100%. It's not saying that the oil in there is 100%. It's saying that the entire bottle is. And so marketing can be tricky if you're not really sure what you're looking for. And like I said, we tested 23 companies. I only found one company that had real oils in it at the time, and not a whole lot's changed since then. And I know Gary. I traveled with him many countries, several states. I've been to Croatia, Oman, Ecuador several times. Where have I been? Greece, Turkey, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, all the farms, and then some. And so I see the integrity of how he does things and why he does things and the way he does things, and I've learned a lot, and I know what's natural and how things work out. So when we use these oils, what happens is they do work with the limbic system, and they go right past the olfactory system, right into the limbic system, and what it does is it tells your limbic system, go ahead and dump or defrag any of those assignments to the places within the body, and starts changing things, including thought patterns. I have a whole teaching on using essential oils to change the formula. I go into it a little bit with this book too. I woke up seeing equations and formulas and understanding the biofield like I had never even known about before, and it led me to this path of like, okay, I kept having dream after dream after dream, and when I would Google and look up things that I was seeing and or hearing, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is science. And so when you use certain oils, like I had just got the main kit, and when I had been tested, they found like 29 markers that were out of line. When I started using the kit, I only used it without really knowing what I was doing for about 16 weeks. And not only did I transmute about 80 pounds, because when you hold on to things, you also hold on to weight. But my markers went down to like 4.5, and I eventually got rid of those two by using the feelings kit. So I used the basic kit, and then I used the feelings kit, and both of them were amazing. And so I don't know if you guys have ever used any of that. The one that I'm giving away tonight for doing the steps here is Gathering. I don't know if you've ever used Gathering oil, but this is one of my favorites to help with the biofield, because it does kind of just like, not kind of, but it brings a unification and a grounding to what's real and what's true, and helps you hold on to, clarity, and grounds you into who you are. One of my absolute favorites, this one, and probably Believe is one of my top ones, and Sage is really, really one of my top ones. But for the sake of time, because I've already went past, apologies, I hope this isn't too bad, but for the sake of time, when you're changing things with your thought patterns, because of the programming in the world, whether it's television, radio, billboards, epigenetics of your family history, just things that you may say consciously, you can kind of figure out, oh my gosh, I just said that. What do I really believe? Or, movies, games, like there's so many different programs out there. Literally, TV is called programming for a reason, because it's a form of brainwashing, which I'm not saying I don't watch TV, because I do, but I'm just very careful about what I'm putting my gates to, because I really enjoy truth and seeing truth and experiencing truth programs. And so, but to shift those things and to help wake up a little bit, I'm going to give you a list of some things that will help you with some guidance and shifting these things for you. And I have a whole teaching on, like I said, the formula of that, but for time's sake, that's about a 40-minute teaching. And what I'll do is I'll put that link in here, and then also it's in this book if you're interested in pre-ordering that. But it goes into the equations, it goes into canceling out the negative A, which goes into the formula. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, but when you see it, it's not going to be weird. But these are the oils that I would use and have used that will help you, if you choose. If I invite you, things like Highest Potential, Believe, Motivation, Field is a good one for the biofield. Biofield, bio means two. Biofield is called biofield because it's a two-part field. It's electric and magnetic. It's a dual. It's two. Electric meaning radiating out, and also magnetic meaning you only get a match to everything you are already in here. This is the most electric part of your body, and this is sending out code on a regular. And so when I use the oils, I'm applying them on my heart, I'm applying them on my head, and then I'm being in like my temples, and I'm being very conscious of what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about, and what I'm feeling. Those three things, those are the witness. So, but going back to my list, Roman chamomile, Stress Away, Highest Potential, Motivation, Believe, Valor, Field, choose from Into the Future, Awaken, Envision. Some of these are like top-notch, awesome opportunities for you to take those in to your cells to help with not only the cells within your blood, which carry memory. Your organs and your blood all carry memory, your epigenetic memory, but also to put these oils in to pass the blood-brain barrier, which actually shifts your brain to think differently. It's science. The other part is these oils are electric, they're alive. You can go through a X-ray machine in an airport, and they will die. You'll test them and they will have no life, but within 4 hours they're completely awake again and resuscitated, restored back to frequency, completely whole. Resurrection, life in these things. This is real. Nature is real. Nature is very, very alive, and we have that same capability, believe it or not. And when we're applying anything that's alive on your cells and on your body and in your heart and on your mind and in your blood, it does change you. And, you know, back in the day, we all slept outside. We didn't have houses. We didn't have all this like protection, which, you know, a good level of protection is a good idea. And also, we're missing out on nature. And nature has a molecular structure. Crystals, for example, have a molecular structure. Oils have a molecular structure, which there can be any form of chaos going on, whether it's within us or within our field, and you bring something that has a static hold structure, whether it's a crystal like this, or like this, or like this, which I go into all of this not only in my keto book, but in Miracles book and in my crystal cards. But this right here has a structure, and this is an ordered structure that's only made through nature. And yes, we can have order in our structure, and I'll tell you that when we have help of like sunlight, grounding, dirt, sand, water, Epsom salts, Himalayan salts, the sun, which, you know, some government would tell you get out of the sun. I will tell you the sun has code in it. As long as you're not using chemicals on your body that are going to be fried by the sun, that are going to be penetrating more into your body because of the sun and the heat, then sun's good. So, matter of fact, you could tell I've been out in the sun today because I like getting cold, and I like sitting in the dirt and touching the grass and being with the trees and the sand and nature and the ocean and even the sounds of the ocean. You can rebalance your entire frequency by even sitting next to the ocean waves for 30 minutes, or you can jump in and completely ground yourself instantly. So there's all these different ways. You know, we're sitting in concrete jungles sometimes, or just staying indoors at all the time. You know, animals also have frequency, by the way, and they're very therapeutic, along with the oils and crystals and the sun and nature and all those things too. So I hope that these things have been helpful for you. As you start shifting things from the inside out, what happens is that goes into your biofield, and then you start attracting a more positive outcome, because again, you only get what you are. And so I hope that this has been helpful to you guys. I hope that we can continue to connect with some other ways, or maybe even see each other in real life. I know we talked about maybe doing a follow-up video in a few months as well. Some of you may be at convention, but I use those oils that I mentioned, and then I layer them with what I call woodsy grounding oils like cypress, myrtle, Idaho blue spruce, northern lights, cedar wood, grounding, sage, anything woodsy, all the woodses. So first layering with the highest potential, the believe, the motivation, all of those really high frequency and vision oils, and then grounding with something that's nature-y and structural, and layering that top coat to kind of hold things really in and amplify them and like really drive them down and into the cells and hold them better. So, and then I'm going to mention two other oils. Sage and white angelica are really good for clearing out the biofield in general. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Again, Dr. Charnel, Swiftfire. Check out all these other ways we can still connect. And I normally have on makeup and look a little different than I do right now. So sorry if that's scary. I had my first day off, and I don't know how long, and I took the kids swimming, and we went outside and sat in the grass. So let me know if you have any questions. Let us know how we can connect more. Tiffany, all of you guys are awesome. And Thea, thank you for having me here in front of you. I hope you guys learned something. Please let me know any feedback, and don't forget to get some of these great resources and hop on my YouTube to yes, crystals, oils, and decrees. And you heard it first. All right, hope you're well. Talk to you soon. Bye.